welcome. How are you doing today? Last week was a week, wasn't it? Adjusting with the time change. Unless I guess you were in Arizona, you're lucky. But all of us had to fall back. Daylight savings time is over and it's getting darker much earlier. And it's been rainy and gloomy where I am. And yeah, but then we had a little sun yesterday and I was like, ah. Anyway, today I just want to welcome everybody. Thank you. Welcome to all my new subscribers. I adore you guys. I appreciate you coming on board, becoming part of the crew here, the True Crime crew, Tarot crew, and I just appreciate all of the feedback I get, and thank you for the tips. I appreciate so very much. You blessed me and it means a lot to me. So I hope that you are having a good day and things are starting to get better, if they have been a little rough. Anyway, today for True Crime Tarot, I was asked to go back and review Summer Wells's case. And it come back into the news just a couple weeks ago. But the father was recently arrested, and him being in the news, but he wasn't arrested for anything to do with Summer's disappearance. So I just want to get a little bit here, okay? Now, in the previous video and the tarot reading, there were quite a few things that I had kind of seen. It was the cards were showing and I was seeing in my mind in the scenes, and we've been seeing the information coming out that that's happened, such as I saw the father had an addiction and financial issues due to it and a lack of being able to work. And it has come out that Donald has several charges, convictions involving alcohol. And he has mentioned he was drinking due to stress of no money, missing Summer, and things that people are saying. So he's kind of alluded to he drinks, okay? And there's a lot more if we get into it about that. Now, I also saw that the parents would try to profit off of Summer's disappearance, and they now have fundraisers. They started a YouTube channel. The mother is continuously posting on Instagram. They are definitely trying to milk this. I wish it wasn't so, but yeah. I don't think that they had planned her disappearance to necessarily try and make money off of it, but I think it's just like, okay, it's happened and here we are. And I also saw that the father, Donald, was a very controlling and abusive person. And what we learned is there was a protection order on him for domestic assault that Candace, his wife, Summer's mother, later asked for the charges to be dropped. Okay, so we're getting a little bit more of a picture of that family situation, and things are being confirmed from what I was seeing. Now, if you are not as familiar with Summer Wells, let me just go into this. She's a 5-year-old who went missing on a summer evening at 5:30 p.m. on June 15th, 2021. This is in the Hawken County's Beach Creek community in Tennessee. Now, she had been gardening with her grandma at her grandmother's home, which is like a little guest house that is about, they say, 40 feet away from the main home where Candace and Summer and Donald and her 3 brothers all live. Now, gardening with grandma is the one thing I know that has remained consistent. Other times it's the mother was with them gardening. The stories changed, and we can get into that later. Now, she was last seen originally saying inside the house by her mother Candace. And Summer had told, hey, I want to go down in the basement and play with my brothers. And then she stepped out, came back, called for her, and Summer wasn't around. Now, her husband, Donald, says that Candace had come back from a walk. She had went out for a walk and then came back and found her missing. And Candace is denying ever taking any kind of walks ever due to fear of wildlife. She's like, I would have never gone on a walk. What are you talking about? So the parents are not on the same page here. Now, what we do know is Summer was gone when the mother got into the house, returned to the house. Or that's allegedly what we're told. Now, later on, Donald says this. Wells has stated he was at work on the afternoon of June 15th. He first spoke with reporters on June 18th, sharing what his wife Candace Bly told him their daughter was doing before her disappearance. This is, quote, what he said. She was planting flowers with her mother and her grandmother, and she wanted to go into the house. So my wife watched her go into the door, and she went into the house. And the boys were on the internet, of course, and she wanted to go downstairs and play with her toys. So when her mother came in, she says, Summer, and she went down into the basement, and Summer didn't answer. So she goes down there, and Summer is gone. Okay, so this is now what's being told, okay? Or for a bit, okay? Now, what we do know for sure is that by 6:30 p.m., both parents called 911 to report Summer missing. The father supposedly was not home. Originally, he was saying at work, but later on, he doesn't have a job. And so I'm really confused. What work was this? What was he doing? I tried trying to figure out stuff. Maybe some of you other sleuths out there can let me know, please. Now, the father believes someone has taken Summer. Now, extensive searches have happened both on the ground and aerial. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigations has made recent updates on this case, and there have been recent search warrants that have been issued, and digital evidence has been found. That's as much as I could get. The Child Protective Services did remove Summer's brothers from their parents' house, and the father was saying it had nothing to do with Summer's disappearance. But I kind of, if you want to learn a little bit more, I'll go into what later on he says. Because he just kind of, yeah. Now, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations is reporting that there is a lot of misinformation being spread about this case. And that there's just been no arrest. So I've been trying, I have to tell you, the misinformation is like mind-blowing because I don't know if the parents are just changing their stories or people are reporting it differently or what is going on. But I tried, okay? I am trying so hard with researching this. I spent days researching before I did this. So please. Now, folks, we're at that point. You know what time it is. You can either stick around with me and go into about 7 or 8 more details about this case that we really should look into that has come to light. And then you can go to my tarot reading. Or you can go down and hit the chapter links down below and jump on ahead and go straight to that psycho. Holy moly, I should edit that, but I won't. I need coffee. At least this morning, I've only been up since 5 a.m. Yesterday, it was 2 a.m. Don't know. Sleep has just been crazy. And it's like 8:30 in the morning here, and it's like, I've been up forever. Okay, so I'm a little psycho. Okay. In all seriousness, if you do want to jump on ahead and get to that the psychic tarot reading, please feel free to do so. That's why I put those chapter links there for you. All right. Hi. Thank you for sticking around. Now, my mind, I think I just came into like, I had so much information yesterday of taking all the stuff that I was finding together and trying to put it together in kind of an outline, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. But I got some stuff for you, and then I cross-referenced. I felt like I was in, Always Sunny, that Charlie meme where he's like, ah, that's what I felt like I was doing here with this case. Holy moly. All right, so here's the 7, maybe about 8, details about the case that, we could look into. The first one, Donald, the father, claims Summer would never just wander off, but she had to have been abducted. He says that either someone was hiding in the basement or someone came through the wooden trail and grabbed her. Now, at the time of her disappearance, Donald said he was at work. Now, I mentioned earlier, what work? I don't know. I couldn't figure this out. I couldn't figure out if this alibi of his had even been able to be confirmed. If anybody has any kind of information that's valid and not rumor, please share in the comments below. I apologize for that. You might have heard my doorbell ring. Sorry. I had nearly forgotten that early this morning, it was probably around 5 a.m. I had logged into Instacart and placed an order because I realized my wife informed me that we were low in coffee, and that cannot happen in this home. And so, yeah, that's what that was. And I'm sorry. I really am. Okay. Now, we were talking about Donald and his alibi, if it's been verified or not, about work. That's a huge question for me. Really, it is. Now, he says his sons were inside the home, and earlier they said they were playing on the internet. I don't know if they found, if nobody was in the house, how do they know what's going on with the boys? But, whatever. Unless they have, you monitor your children's time online. I kind of do that, I got a teenager and a 9-year-old who's turning 10, and she thinks she's a teenager. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, and them being on the internet is probably likely. Now, Donald goes on to say, well, I think whoever grabbed her probably had her mouth covered, and I think she was gasping for air by the time she got somewhere down here, because our neighbor heard a scream, a really funny scream, and she's been telling us that all along. This neighbor... police have come out and said that's not true. So nobody heard any screams. Now, both parents have said that they also believe that Summer was lured away and taken down the wood path. And they said that the dogs had found her scent at the beginning of this trail, but they said that it was only there, but then they just lost it. And so Donald claims that, Donald's claims about, she was out here, neighbor heard her scream, that funny scream, and the police are like, this is all unfounded. They also said, the police also was saying that search dogs and investigators have thoroughly searched this trail and surrounding area, and nothing was found. Nothing that would lead them to think that it's an altercation, someone had taken, people were there. It's just nothing. And here's another interesting little, what have you about this case. The first pictures released showed Summer with chin-length hair, blonde hair, and those were all over. And then the later parents said that her hair had been shaved into a buzz cut. And they found pictures and turned those in too. And then the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations later released the photos of Summer with her shaved hair. The parents have not said how soon or before she went missing that this hair was cut off. So we don't know like the length, what her hair is looking like right now either. Some people were like concerned about why is her hair shaved. They have said, well, she wanted to be like her brothers, and her brothers all have that buzz cut. And I'm going to say this. She is a one little girl with three brothers looking up to him. I can see this. My youngest, she looks up to her. They look up to their little, older brother. And she also looks at me. We both have like short hair. She likes that tight little pixie cut, or she even had her hair like this for the longest time. I don't think necessarily odd for her, but I do think it was odd that they released pictures with the chin length hair and then they said, oh wait, we should send these pictures. It's like, why not present the right pictures originally? Huh? I don't know. Here's another thing. Now, Summer's three brothers have been removed from their home by Child Protective Services. Now, originally, he was trying to say, this is a private matter, and it has nothing to do with Summer's disappearance. Well, finally, Donald, he has this habit of going on podcasts, doing interviews, and just says the darndest things, I tell you. So, Donald goes on this podcast, and he states that it was because the three boys were taken from their home because of a drunken incident due to the stress he was feeling from all the things being said about him and his family. Now, here we're going to careen off into something to last year. Because here's a little side note here. October 30th of 2020. Donald was arrested for a DUI. November 1st, he was in court for violating his probation. He was on probation for his April 21st conviction of possession of a firearm while intoxicated. We're going to get into that whole situation a little bit later. Let's not get ahead of me. Okay? But just put a little side note. Okay. He's got, there's some, legal problems he's had and alcohol. And now the boys are gone and it's an incident. Now, the parents claim to have taken lie detector tests and passed after the parents kept saying that they kept postponing them to later dates because they had a lack of sleep. They were just stressed out. They couldn't focus. They didn't want to do it while they just were so frazzled. And they said, hey, it's all because we're dealing with the stress with Summer being gone. Now, there is a possibility. So this is where you got this, I'm sure if it's misinformation or what, but that they took these tests, failed them, and then retook them and passed. Either way, Donald states he believes Candace because she never lied to him. Okay. All right. Now we're going into another thing. This is... About 6 weeks after Summer went missing, Donald declared that he felt Summer was dead. And he said he hopes to see her after the resurrection. He explained that as long as he keeps the commandments and what I'm supposed to do, I will see her again. And here's something else he said, quote, I'm not going to let Satan convince me to go drinking, he said in a phone interview with a local newspaper. He also said, I'm not going down that road. I choose life. I choose God. Okay. Now, this is my little take on things here, folks. Obviously, no matter how much he proclaims to be a Christian, and won't let alcohol bring him down. He has not only lost custody of his sons, but violated probation and was arrested for a DUI. On a side note, having been raised as a Christian and being a ministry, a worship leader, youth counselor, I am not sure what branch, what denomination that he is involved with. Because saying that he won't see her until after the resurrection, that makes no sense. And how he has to do all these things. Because it's by faith that the Bible says, Paul wrote it in Romans, it's by faith and not of our works that we get to heaven. So there's that. So who knows if this guy even knows the Christian faith or is just spewing out some religious stuff that sounds religious. And or he could be part of a very legalistic branch or cult. Now, the thing is why wait? Why would he not see her till after the resurrection? I'm like, is he part of something that's like, we know the resurrection's coming at this time and I'm waiting, kind of like the Daybell cult, Doomsday cult. I mean, why not, hey, when I pass in my time here and go home to heaven, I'll be able to see my daughter. That's usually a Christian belief. So yeah. I'll just, don't get me into religion because I will go on and on. Sorry. Now, this is going to get like, ooh. There is now a custody gag order. This was following Donald's arrest on Monday, a couple of weeks ago. A judge issued the gag order on the Child Protective Services case involving his and Candace's sons. And it reads like this. All parties to this action are hereby prohibited from discussing this matter or the children with the media or any other non-essential person, entity, and or uninvolved or disinterested parties and or persons. So, Donald's been just blah, 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 blah. And they got their YouTube channel, they got the Instagram. So I'm not sure how they're going to handle this. Officials have refused to comment on why this gag order was issued. Now, Donald Wells does have a criminal record, and it includes other alcohol-related charges and domestic violence. Now, according to the warrant filed General Sessions Court in Hawkins County on October 15th, 2020, Candace called the police to report domestic assault by her husband. This led to Candace to file an order of protection against him, writing, "I am afraid for my children and myself." She later asked for this to be dismissed, and the charges against Donald were dropped on April 21st of the domestic assault. But we also know on April 21st, they did go ahead and charge him for the illegal possession of a firearm while intoxicated. Okay, yeah. And this was just 2 months before Summer's disappearance. Now, October 15th or 14th, the dates just kept flipping on me. Like I said, there's a lot of confusing information out there. Of 2020. If you go back to the home where Donald Wells lived with his wife and 4 children, that's where, we have that domestic assault happened. And he had been arrested. Now, the other charges that were dropped were these. These were the charges that were dropped. Domestic assault, possession of a handgun while under the influence, the second one was kept, but the other one, an unlawful possession of a weapon. So domestic assault and unlawful possession of a weapon were dropped. I don't know why, but that's what we know. The circuit court there in Hawkins County confirms that Wells pleaded guilty to the charge of possession of a handgun while under the influence, but added the domestic, but did not plead anything when it came to domestic assault or unlawful possession of a weapon, because those charges were dropped. So, yeah, everything came back because I can't find my notes on it in here. I don't know what happened, but I'll tell you. I mentioned that the custody gag order because of a recent arrest. You see, Donald, I don't know what's with this time, like this end of October, beginning of November, because that's when he got, he got the domestic assault thing and drunk. And then again, this time it was a DUI. He was caught with an open container, and I forget what else. But so Saturday, I think it might have been Halloween. No, the day before Halloween, maybe. He, October 30th is when he, my brain can't. My brain can't. It just can't. All right. He was arrested and charged, and the following Monday, which would have been November 1st, he had that court date where the custody gag order hit, and he had been released on bond of his own recognizant. So he's out with a custody gag order. There's definitely signs of trouble in this family. And that is heartbreaking, because it just means there's a lot of hurt people, and like the father is probably hurting a lot and hurt others, and Summer's gone missing. It doesn't look really good, does it, for him? So it's now time. We're going to dive in and get into the tarot reading. So please just stick around. Here we go. Welcome back. To those of you who skipped on ahead, those who've been sticking around, hey, we are at the tarot reading. Now, please, I have to make this clear. I have to say that this is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. My intention here is to help. I really care, especially about children. Having had a kind of it was like a good, bad, childhood that wasn't always wonderful. And and I just, I'm a mother of 2 children that mean the world to me. They really, really do. So I want to help. That poor child, Summer. And these cases hit me, I think, even more so when I did a video about it, and I think I'm going to redo it, just kind of talk about the time when my family and I, my wife was interning at public defender's office one summer. So we had to move to be close to this court, and we were in a furnished apartment, and it was haunted. I think I attracted this little boy who needed help, the little ghost, and finding out finding out what had happened, which it hurts. And I remember so these things are hard. I just I want to be able to help. And I appreciate all of you supporting me and also being out there helping. And I appreciate your comments, and I'll get into that later. But let's get into that reading, all right? Whew. Yeah, I do still. I have some music in my head to help me. So now here we go. All right. We have the Ace of Cups. Ooh. Okay. The Six of Swords. Too many cards. So here. Ooh, there it comes. Oh, right. Well, the Devil. And the Eight of Swords. Okay, let's kind of see here. I think these two kind of are probably together-ish. I usually just do a 3, but we're going to do 4 right now. Okay, well, clearly the father's addiction is involved. This has to do with his communication. It for him to doing all these podcasts and talking, it's been like it drives him. It's becoming an addiction. He really just gets a lot of joy and fulfillment from it. Then we have these Six of Swords, and this is reversed. And usually, when you look at this, it's accepting help, going somewhere. But when it's reversed, there's trouble. So he's getting into trouble for opening his mouth. And the Devil, usually, self-sabotage here, folks. And he's, bound in alcohol addiction. It's like he just keeps repeating, just this pattern of just a destruction. He has like no control when he's under the influence. Okay. And the Eight of Swords, you see the bald woman here. He feels extremely powerless. Like alcohol has complete control of him. And he doesn't like it. Excuse me, I had to get more coffee. Oops. Yeah. I'll just get that out of the way here. Yeah. He's feeling guilt. Yeah. The Nine of Pentacles, reversed. I think him going out publicly and all that talking and their YouTube channel, it was like, hey, hoping to clear themselves and make money. But instead, he's just, like I said, this is becoming dependent, an addiction to the attention. But he doesn't like the bad stuff because he feels like he has to keep defending himself. Huh. Let's get a few more cards here. Summer. His involvement with Summer. Okay. The Ten of Wands reversed. Now, upward, it's like, you're exhausted and it's dealing with too many responsibilities. But this is, stupidity, impractical, not doing, so, yeah, there's a lot of, the stories he's coming up with, and I'm calling them stories here, about them, is about what happened, are just not making much sense, and it's not really clearing him. It's causing more and more trouble. I could see frustration with the police and the bureau. They're really trying to find evidence. Okay. Got the Two of Swords here. Very indecisive. Here. She's... I think he's going to try and blame alcohol. He's trying to say, should I just say, hey, you know about my alcohol addiction. Something happened, it was an accident, and try to cover it up. And the Two of Cups. Reversed. Over feeling stuck. An abandonment. Just complete falling out. Like I said, there's a marital issue here that the wife is she's being oppressed. Okay, also she is being oppressed by him. Him dictating the narrative. He's been very upset with her being contradictory. Oh, the Hierophant reversed, folks. He's always talking about religion and the church, and we're good Christian people. We never hurt anyone. This is hypocrisy. He's a liar. He's lying that he wouldn't hurt Summer or his family or anyone or kill them. He is a liar. Yeah, he's a deceptor. He's full of deception. And I think he gets away with it a lot. Yeah, strength reversed here. Okay. We come back to all his mistakes and all his talking. He's afraid, and he's taking it out on his wife. He took it out on the boys too. That's why I think that's a cover up there. The boys are away from him. Okay. And then, okay, the Five of Swords is reversed here. When there's a lot of swords, this is like very aggressive energy. Very, very aggressive. This is all, he's a liar. He's treacherous. You can't be trusted. And we have the Seven of Pentacles, and this was also reversed. He doesn't have a job. This came up before in the original reading. He doesn't have a job. And finances cause so much strife and cause him to drink, and he spends the money on alcohol. And if Candace tries to speak up, he knocks her down. It's like, no, bitch, shut up. Just fuck you, you little. Yeah, whoa. I see her cowering and afraid. Candace is afraid. She isn't able to speak up about what happened. She's afraid of him. She got the boys out of the house to protect them. I'm saying, wow. So she found the opportunity. Here's the Knight of Cups. Reverse, folks. She went out of her way. She found a way to get the boys out of the house. She was very, very afraid. This pessimistic, she was concerned for their lives and well-being. And now we have the Knight of Wands. And he is upright. And this is taking that risk. She took a risk and got the boys out. She was like, I could get punished for this, but I'm not gonna have any more harm to my kids. Enough. You oh God, you killed Summer. Well, how could you do this? Now here we got, the devil, all his mistakes. He's going to reap. What you reap, what is what you sow. As above, so below. And it always comes threefold. That's the Three of Wands. And here's the High Priestess. He isn't willing to work. He doesn't feel like doing shit. He doesn't want to. He feels that it's not fair, the burden of him supporting this family. It's not right. It's all your fault, and your mom, your here, and kids. Yeah. That's what I'm seeing there. And I'm going to pull out this other deck. This is a new deck to me. Oh, that other deck is a manga deck, in case you're wondering. Okay. Make sure these cards, I've been trying to make sure these cards were sticking to each other and such. And here's this card. Oh, man. The Nine of Wands. Preparing for the worst. Who is that? The Wheel of Fortune. Oh. As I said, as above, so below. What you reap is what you sow. They're getting prepared because this is a roller coaster ride. And the Fool. Oh. Summer. Candace is preparing herself to take a risk. Yeah, she's preparing for she's expecting the worst, but she's still going to take that risk. She needs a new beginning. So here we have the Three of Cups upside down and the High Priestess again. But this was reversed. Okay. That's interesting because this is a Maleficent card and that's a Maleficent card. Woo! But the Three of Cups, um, was the father jealous of attention that Summer got being the only daughter? Were the boys jealous? Because this, with her reversed, the High Priestess, it's like a great manipulator. And then, of course, we have the Four of Wands reversed. Just chaos. There's been chaos in the home. Chaos in the case. Lots of chaos. There's like trying to get to the bottom of the truth is what is it's like we see a big picture that leads to who is guilty. But trying to put all the pieces together, this puzzle, is becoming very difficult. And they don't want to just jump ahead and say things, because he could try and have things blocked out of court and be like, well, this is just circumstantial evidence. This is what I'm seeing. So they don't want to be foolish. And this is the Knight of Pentacles, or coins. This is them. This is where that's interesting, because here I am talking about taking caution. Guess what this is? Being sensible and cautious. And that's what is going on with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. They need to... They're really trying... I think they're hoping Candace breaks. Yeah, here's the Empress. Reverse, that's Candace. It's like, you could go down with him, or you as an accessory, or you can speak up. And that's where the Fool comes in, taking the risk. And here's the Ace of Coins. This is the goal. They are hoping, like I said, they have a goal. They want to get Candace to take that leap of faith, speak up, and clear out all the chaos. Let's see here. Where's Summer, though? I mean, okay, I think I need to pull another deck. But first, I feel like the Knight of Wands. I mean, the King of Wands. He's a bad dude. With taking progress, there is the Great Imposter. Coming up with stories. Being a liar. Summer. Here is the Hermit reversed. Oh my gosh. He's going to be caught, be put in isolation. So I see him. He was just recently in jail for like a weekend. But it wasn't for what they would like to get him in there for. Here's the Ace of Cups, and it is reversed. He doesn't think she would actually turn him in. He thinks he's got everything under fucking control. Okay, now let me grab another deck. Hello, hello. Okay, let's see if we can get this. Okay, I push it. Summer, summer, summer. Summer, 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 summer. Summer, summer, summer. Okay. No. Too many cards. Okay. All right. We have the Tower. So. Oh. Okay, 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 okay. I'm looking at the police right now. Or maybe it's Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. So here. Whoa. Okay. So there is something on social media, maybe rumors, something that's out there that actually is true, and the police haven't realized that this theory, that what's out there in social media, there these all that misinformation and the chaos, everything got lost in the chaos. Ooh. That's interesting. The ship. Okay. Here's the lady. The mother. The mother wants to get away. She's trying to plan to get away. Candace wants to get out of there. She knows what's happened. She's hoping the police catch on and she can get. She's scared. She's trying to figure out plan. Here's the cross. It's the 36th. She, she has lost a child. She is suffering from all this. She got her boys out safely. Here's the 5, the tree. She wants to get them back and leave and start a new home for them. Lies, the deceiver. Lots of lies have been out there. Oops, cards are falling everywhere. Okay, let's see about this deceiver. Ooh, that just flew out. You saw that? Got to keep an eye on him. 44 with the microphone. Magnifying glass. That's what that is, right? The lens. Now, this is saying you got to pay attention to this deceiver, this liar. And let's see here. Come on. Okay, this card keeps popping up. Okay, and he's been making chaos, and so because where Summer is hidden and the fact that it's him, which is the father, it's causing the chaos in the social media that we see. And here he is. He's the snake. Let's see here. Okay. She is in the house. They need to look closer at the home. She's there. I'm just seeing the basement. Something about this basement. Here's 32 with the moon. The police need to listen to their instinct, their gut on this whole situation here, Whew, let's see. What else is there? Ooh, a card just popped out. 35. is feeling trapped, and he wants to get her away from the house, but he is having horrible luck. Everything is going in his wrong direction. Hopefully he's going to get caught. I mean, and hopefully they do find her. Here's 18. Here's the dog. This is about loyalty, friendship. But he really thinks Candace, he's got control of the situation over Candace. He really does believe Candace is covering his back. He's threatened her. She's gotten in trouble for contradicting him in the media. And he feels like he's got everything under control. Here's the stars. There is hope that we're going to find her. And something's going to crack. Here's the owls. This is these birds here. It's like the gossip, the rumors about this couple are true, that they have a very dysfunctional relationship, very abusive. Candace is abused, she's mistreated, and so are the kids, and neglected, and there's just a lot of fear. So folks, I think, like I said, this is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. I hope we do find her. I don't know why it's being so hard. It's like her death, I don't think he wasn't intending it, but it was one of those moments where he was raging and alcohol was involved and he did something, harmed her, and it killed her, and he wanted to cover it up. It could have been an accident and they were afraid because he has his problems with domestic, like, this is all going to be blamed on me. I don't know. I know the intent was not to kill his daughter, but it happened. And I just hope and pray that everything is resolved, the family gets some closure, and Summer is found, and all that. It's hard when it's dealing with children. I don't want to think that a parent could actually harm a child, but it happens. It's happened to me. What am I talking about? But I could never hurt my kids. I couldn't. They're my little people. They're all grown up, but still, they're all, I really want to thank you guys for being so supportive, and the tips and the comments and the likes. I just thank you. Subscribing means so much. And I really, really love commenting with you guys. Sometimes it's like late at night and I'm just like, okay, I'll just, hear somebody and just get on there. I have insomnia. I have bad sleep habits. I do. So if you're like, what time? I'm in the Mountain Standard Time Zone. So if my time is like, it's 3:00 in the morning and I'm like talking to you guys, you might be only like maybe 6 or 7. You're like, oh, maybe she's getting up. No, it's a thought earlier. But it means a lot to me. I feel like a community is being formed that is wonderful, and I love to see you guys interacting with each other, and there's just a lot of respect, and that is wonderful. You guys are such a respectful group of people. Thank you. I love my subscribers. Also, I just want to add to that. There are some of you out there, you're watching me, but you're not subscribing. And it's like, oh yeah, I should. Yeah, please subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. It really, really would. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment. You know, I had lots of questions in this video. Did I not? I sure did. Because there's just a lot of mass misinformation and confusion about all this. Tomorrow I go in to get another tooth fixed, and and then I have to get all the back teeth put back in with implants. It's just, and my mouth is still healing, so I can't get the implants just yet. But the dentist says my mouth is healing very well, so that's good. That's good. And I appreciate it because I know so many of you have been praying for me, sending me your healing vibes, lighting those candles, and it means so much because it really, it's helped me, and I've overcome my fear of going to the dentist and getting this work done, and it's been a lot smoother than I expected, honestly. I'm still a little swollen, but that's okay. It's okay. At least I can talk. I have one of the teeth that was supposed to get a crown. It was too sensitive, so they're like, "Oh, let's just do a root canal." That's what's going to happen, and then they're going to crown it. But they had put a temporary crown that fell off right away. So it's been this exposed nerve for a week now, and I'm just like, I'm ready to get the root canal tomorrow morning, okay? So think of me tomorrow morning getting that root canal. I'll probably post on the community page with my adventurous day tomorrow. I do love you guys. Remember, be kind to yourself and be kind to others. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.